Are we?
Yeah. Can you read?
No, I'm illiterate. That's why I like whenever somebody asks me to do something, I'm like, okay, could you do me a favor? Could you teach me how to read?
Yeah.
And I have a book in my hand. And I'm like, oh, that's fair.
Do you read the English?
No, I don't read the English. Now I'm gonna eat somebody's parents.
It better not be mine.
Oh well. Hello, every pony. Every pony. It's us, Mario and Luigi. Yes.
I'm more like Yoshi.
I'm Luigi or whatever.
I'm more the gold.
Yeah, so we were supposed to do this a while ago. Like, we're at your house in your basement this time. So we were supposed to do this like months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we watched a movie in June, I want to say, and we didn't think of like live streaming anything or talking about it. So we are here to talk a little bit about, and then we're discussing things. We're here to discuss the movie The Iron Giant. Yeah.
Funny enough, the show we're watching right now is called The Tiny Giant. Oh no, the Giant Fire?
The Little Giant, or the Tiny Giant.
Yeah, whatever oxymoron Hinata uses.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we're watching an anime and.
It's called Haikyuu, not Haku, not Haku. Haikyuu. That is Haikyuu.
You're hurting yourself.
You're hurting yourself.
Yeah, so we were just gonna do this and discuss the movie The Iron Giant,
which I haven't watched.
Yeah, she's never watched that movie all the way through fully. As for me, yeah, I watched it at my house as a kid back when we had pay-per-view. I used to watch it over and over again, like in the yeah, whatever, until like on one Saturday and Sunday when I had no like Saturday school, I just stayed in my basement and just watched that movie on pay-per-view over and over again for an entire weekend. And I remember liking it a lot. I don't remember how I knew about it. I just saw it on pay-per-view and I'm like, okay.
I would assume it's the previews between a bunch of like DVDs because I know they did that a lot. Well, that's how I knew about it.
Actually, yeah, that is true. I don't know which movie I saw because it was on a VHS.
Yeah, I think they did promos and they embedded them into VHS. That's how I knew about it.
Yeah, I just forgot which movie I saw. Like the preview was maybe Pokemon the first movie because that's a WB production as well. So there's that. So yeah, there was that, and yeah, you watched it for the first time all the way through. Yeah, and
it's a pretty solid movie. How long has it been?
It came out in 1999, so about 20 years, right?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's been 20 years.
It definitely aged well.
Yeah, because like it was from the same person who did the Incredibles movie, Brad Bird.
Brad Bird.
Bird. I don't know why I talk to you anymore.
Because you love me, it's fine.
Sure. So. Well, I still liked it. I actually was more invested this time watching it than I was a kid because as a kid I'm like, oh, there's like I knew the familiarity of it, but I didn't really care about the emotional value of it. I just wanted to see the animation and the humor in it as a kid. As an adult, I was like, okay, this is gonna be. I want to see how this works because I got the DVD about a year ago, but I never watched it until I opened it with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I haven't watched it. I'm glad I just watched it now. I mean, it's good animation. It's a pretty solid story. It's Vin Diesel before he became a tree. So
And Vin Diesel before he became Groot.
Became a tree.
Yeah, that was the joke. Yeah, it was a joke. Shoot.
Is it Groot? Is it? Wonder if Groot's last name is Tree. Groot Tree.
Groot Tree. Yeah. Yeah.
That's more like Gertrude. Groot Tree. Groot Tree. Gertrude. I'm like, oh, that makes so much more sense now.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So what else did you think about the movie?
I think the military is kind of stupid. But I mean, it's a kid's movie, it's fine.
The military? You mean the military guy?
Yeah, I'm just like, what are you doing?
Well, here's the thing. The military person is looking for like this for threats on like whatever.
It takes place technically what? In
like a World War. Like what?
Yeah, World War II probably. Maybe a bit after that, because it's like you can tell from the one that looks the Conan O'Brien looking character, the military guy. You could tell like it's essentially like the mentality of like what people were kind of like paranoid wise, like Cold War essentially, and like Cold War lasted about 60 years, so it made sense. I still couldn't help but be like,
yeah, it is set during the Cold War in 1957.
Figured. I'm just like,
yeah,
I get it, America.
Yeah, it was a time apparently of paranoia.
Yeah, it's a very, because like a lot of people think this is like the Cold War only lasted a bit. It's like no, it lasted like 60 years after World War II ended.
And when you say like the government was stupid, I think you mean just the one.
Just guy. The one. I don't necessarily the whole thing, because even the general was a little more like sensible.
He was like a lot more. The general was a lot more reserved. And here's the thing. I get both points because I do feel about the fact that General is reserved and is calm about things.
Yeah.
The other guy, the Conan O'Brien guy.
The Conan O'Brien guy.
Yeah.
Conan O'Brien guy.
Yeah, but at the same time, because he's so paranoid about things and what's going on, I do kind of get it. Like, because you don't see a giant metal guy, a giant metal robot on Earth that often or ever.
Yeah, I think
that's gonna take it up to 11.
11. I don't know. It's just one of those like I understand the robot thing. I understand freaking out, but I don't like the. I live with a family that is. So I grew up with people that are paranoid. So it does irritate me. I'm like, it's fine. The kids literally try to tell you it's fine. I mean, the kid, I get it though why he didn't believe the kid, because the kid could be wrong. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like a kid is very naive. I definitely get that. But like even the adult, like the artist, was like, no, it's fine. It's like, well, he's not he saw it, and he was just like, didn't attack me, didn't attack the kid.
He only like there was only one part where he's like freaking out because like the giant attacked Hogarth, and that was only because he had the gun in his hand. And he was only mad at the robot for like 20 seconds, and then he figures it out. It's like, oh, it's the gun, and it's like he responds to the gun. It's like, okay, that's totally fine.
Yeah, it's just one of those like, I know why he like essentially the Conan O'Brien like the military dude was. He's the caricature of like the political climate at that point. It makes sense.
Yeah.
But I mean, there was space race happened at that point and everything else around that time period. It makes sense.
Yeah. But let me see what else.
The mom is okay.
Yeah, the mom is okay. The kid, I used to be annoyed at. I don't know if it was because I used to watch the movie over and over again. Like,
is it because the kid's very overzealous?
Yeah.
And just.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, I know how it was like.
Yeah, you were a child.
Yeah, I know how it was like. But even as a kid, I kind of got grating on me. Again, I watched this movie like 10 times over a weekend. So I understand, like, it grated on me, but like this time not as much, probably because it took like 20 years later for me to do that.
I think the kid was okay. I think
like
it's most it's mostly like how a kid would react.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And it's just one of those like, it's a kid that's got left home a lot, and then there's the mom being a single mom trying to just raise this kid.
Yeah, and
So
and I like the fact like it's like okay, I'm gonna be out late. Please go to bed at this specific time. It's like, not a problem, I'll go to bed. And the next thing you know, he's watching a scary movie and eating something. And when I was a kid, I was like thinking, is he eating a sponge?
Why would he be eating a sponge?
Again, I was
like a scrubbing sponge.
Yes. I'm like, this kid is so scared. He's eating things that aren't meant to be eaten.
That's funny.
He's not. It's like he's eating a sponge. He's putting what when I was a kid, I thought it was shaving cream.
Oh,
I thought it was shaving cream. He put it in the sponge and he ate it. And I'm like, this kid is really scared of this cheesy movie.
I would have been like, if I thought the same, I would be like, wow, that's one hardcore kid. Or maybe like didn't eat it. That was all he had left. I would be worried because
And I'm like, this time when I watched it, I'm like, I totally get him eating and watching a scary movie when he was a kid, as a kid, at late at night. That's pretty much my dream. That's still my dream. Like watching a scary movie.
You're old now. You can do that now.
Yeah, but it was much more exciting when I was a kid.
Okay, I'll turn you into 11 years old.
I don't want to be 11 years old.
Well, you don't have a choice. That's what a child's age is.
Damn it. But so the kid named Hogarth, his name is Hogarth. Again, 50s. It was the 50s.
Maybe we should check like the statistics of like names of Hogarth in the 50s. Like, did anyone actually name their kid Hogarth in the 50s? America, okay. And I'm like, that's such a
Hogarth. I'm gonna see to see what happened. Hogarth. Let's see, because I'm googling it right now. Hogarth is a place.
It's a person.
It's actually Hogarth is the name of an English painter, William Hogarth. And then there's Hogarth. Huh?
Apparently, one of the first things it says, people ask, how did William Hogarth die? And I'm like,
disease.
Great.
William Hogarth died of disease. Gingivitis. He was killed by a giant robot. An iron giant.
It's a modern depiction of a death.
And the last words he says is "Holy fuck!" And then he grabs his heart and dies of a heart attack.
Oh,
and then the iron giant just flies away.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So Hogarth saves the giant's life, and they befriend each other afterwards. And it's actually
breathes fire at him.
Yeah. So Hogarth breathes fire at the giant, and it turns out Hogarth is not human. Hogarth is not human at all.
He's a dragon.
He's apparently a fire breather. A dragon.
This would be a totally different movie.
The Iron Giant and the Dragon, and the Tiny Dragon Boy.
Tiny Dragon Boy. That would be a mouthful for a title. That would be pretty funny though.
Yeah. So the Iron, he's teaching the giant
how to live.
Yeah, how to hide away from society and how to live, essentially, and teaching them words and whatnot. And then eventually, because of what happened at a power plant that the Iron Giant eats part of, it gets ahead to this government agent who's Conan O'Brien in
Conan O'Brien.
Let's just call him
Conan O'Brien.
It's Conan O'Brien as a conspiracy theorist. So it's
how old is Conan O'Brien actually?
He's 50 years old at this point.
And this is his 22. Former U.S. military. That's what he did. He was stopping robots and being super paranoid in the late 50s.
Just like Conan O'Brien.
Right now?
Yes.
At this very moment?
Yes.
I think he just runs the show and just...
That's a cover. No, that's a legitimate
went to Harvard and...
Yeah, that's a cover. Yeah, he wrote on The Simpsons, and that's when his paranoia got to him. What are these yellow people?
I mean, isn't it? I feel like if you were a writer on The Simpsons, it'd be more like, wow, we're seeing the future real well. Well, Trump's not that president. We have a climate problem. ooh, zombies came into life. What do we do now?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. So eventually they come across this. They both of them befriend this painter who collects scrap metal
Yes.
and actually does art.
He does like sculpture art,
Yeah.
art, and like he lives in the junkyard by himself. And I'm kind of like, the way they depict him though, they don't depict him as like crazy or like a lunatic. It's just like some dude.
Yeah, he's normal.
Takes your trash.
Yeah, because he's totally normal. He's an artist who like wants to like.
I mean, think about it. It was made in '98, and a lot of media at that point was depicting artists like they're really eccentric and weird. And like that, like don't get me wrong, the character was a little eccentric with his art, but not necessarily his personality, which didn't make it like push that part. So
he was a normal guy at the end of the day, a very sensible and normal guy, which you don't really get a lot. And it's actually really like, and the part which I forgot, which made me laugh so hard, was when like the giant is like eating around like the junkyard, and Hogard is like, so the giant needs a place to stay, and then the guy just gets up, pours a cup of coffee, and says nothing, and just walks back. And then the part I forgot, it just goes black, and all it says is 42 minutes later. And I couldn't stop. I just howled in laughter. I forgot about that. I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh yeah, I remember. I was just like,
and I'm like, oh my god.
I mean,
because I remember that scene because it was a GIF. It's a GIF on Twitter and Tumblr, but I actually forgot about that 45 minutes later or whatever scene.
At least it didn't take an hour.
And I'm like, and then the next scene is like, come on out of there, come on. He really needs a place to stay.
Please?
Yeah, and so there's like scenes with Conan O'Brien at the kid's house.
Oh yeah, that gets like into some really weird territory because it's like they're almost like trying to imply like he was gonna try to get with the mom, but not really. But we're all looking at just like, are you trying to throw in a random romance? And your father? Does Conan O'Brien want child? Is he gonna kidnap the child? Is this a plan? I'm just like,
well, at one point he does chloroform the child.
That's true.
I didn't know it was chloroform. Here's the thing. As a kid, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was going on. I thought he was dreaming the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it turns out it was real. And I'm like, holy crap.
Like I said, it was...
Conan O'Brien went Bill Cosby in a second.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm glad that they didn't end up having like a romantic aspect to it. It kind of did, the artist and the
wife
in the end, the mom. But it was also like it wasn't prevalent, which was nice. Like I said, they definitely emphasis. This is child movie. Look at child. Look at giant robot. Congratulations.
And laugh at their like adventures that take about 20 minutes in total, which I thought would be a lot longer. Like in my opinion, I thought it was going to be a lot longer in terms of their like one-on-one.
Their montage build-up.
Yeah.
Friendship is magic.
Yeah. And so, like, they make up the Conan O'Brien gets more paranoid. He's closer to figuring out their
something's going on.
Yeah, and at one point he finds like Hogarth's camera, which he left behind to find the giant at first.
Yeah.
And he finds the film and sees the picture, and that concludes like a questioning at their backyard barn.
Yeah.
And like. He knows what's up, and then he gets chloroformed, and then it turns out like, holy crap!
At the end, though, I mean, well, I know it's the kids though, but yeah, the consequences got really real. It's like, oh yeah, this bomb's about to come to the city and destroy us all. It's like, I mean, that was the one time the general was not calm. He's just like, you dumbass.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
It was just one of those moments where I just went, oh.
It's like because he didn't want it. It's like fire. It's like okay, so getting ahead of myself near the end, like the characters try to
stop.
No, the characters like hide the giant in plain sight by giving him like a giant like as a still statue.
Yes, that happened.
Like
a
statue, and it worked at first, but then like. The giant finds the gun
Yeah.
like sees the gun in the kid's hand.
Yeah.
His defense mechanism goes off, and then while Hogarth is like looking at the gun, like getting away from the signal, not the giant's eyesight, and not seeing anything.
Yeah.
The laser goes right past, and I thought that was kind of funny. It was terrifying a little bit, but I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
And then like the artist guy is like, "What are you doing?" And then like the giant just runs off.
Yeah, because like, you know, well, a robot's a robot, but the fact that it's just like it has an AI and then also has like defense mechanism like that, and you're like, no, I want to
Yeah. Yeah, and so like they like the giant gets to the city. He saves two kids.
Yeah.
Who fall off a balcony because they see the giant and they just fall off. And then like amazingly enough, everybody is shocked, but they aren't scared. They go up to the giant and they're like, "Oh, cool, a giant rope." Here's the thing.
The 50s, everyone minus Conan O'Brien was super chill.
Everybody was surprisingly like everybody was like not scared, but like a little bit surprised. In fact, their reaction was a little bit normal. They're like, cool, a giant robot. That's awesome.
That seems about right. Are we in that time period? Imagine it's all just live action.
It's like
mocap.
Every it's like paranoia has gotten so overboard that it turns normal. Like, oh, cool, a giant robot. So how's your day?
How's my day? Well, I mean, they also saved the kid. That's probably why they weren't that scared. They're like, oh, it didn't try to kill my children.
Yeah, and then like, but the military come with their guns and attack the giants.
The one giant.
And then just flat out attack. And there's this whole action scene that comes along, like the giant's defense mechanism comes about because like he thinks that the kid is dead.
Oh yeah. And luckily that was not the case.
Yeah, and so like
kid's fine.
Yeah, the kid's
everything's fine.
Yeah, the kid is actually is fine. It's like, listen, you are what you are chose to be. So choose. And the giant has the gun and is like has the gun out, aimed at Hogarth, and in the giant's mind, he's like, "Oh, you're alive. What's up?" It's like, I should put this gun away, but wait, I want to hear them speak. I'm not gonna shoot you. I just want to hear you speak. Hold on, is this really you? It's like, oh, hey, Hogarth, and then he goes back to normal.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, oh my god, he's more than what he was built to be.
More than a gun. He's
more than a weapon.
Yes,
a weapon.
And so
they were implying that was he built or was he was a race of robot? I don't remember.
Okay, so
it was pretty ambiguous. Like
apparently, like he was like, I think from what I read, he was part of a race of robot. It was a part of a race of robots from another planet. But
because it didn't look like humans built it.
No, humans didn't build it. He came from another planet.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like he just, I think, fell off course, and that's what happened.
Superman.
Yeah, we'll get to that. So so they just left it ambiguous, like where he came from and why. And so like the Conan O'Brien calls in the airstrike or the missile.
This goddamn missile. It's like no. It's like, why did you set it off? It's coming here.
It's like that missile, that rocket was locked into the giant's position. Where's the robot? And Conan O'Brien is like looking right behind him at the robot, and that's like, oh!
I literally went.
Even as a kid, I just couldn't stop laughing. Like, oh god!
Because I'd be like, yeah, you need to go now. You're disbanded.
Screw my country. I want to live.
Yeah, and you're just like, but you're the one that set it off.
Oh, so you went from a patriotic American to a cowardly Canadian.
Hey, we're not cowards.
Are we now? Aren't we though? Okay, stop.
I'll slap for the rest of the
Stop it. My boyfriend could be watching.
Should?
If I could, would you? Anyway, so at the end, the giant saves the town by sacrificing itself, and his last words are, "I am Groot."
That's not what happened.
Okay, his last words are, "I am Superman." And I'm gonna be honest, whether or not I'm a kid or when I watched this with you, my eyes teared up. I started tearing up.
Because that robot was like, oh, I am more than that.
Yeah, that build up is like you are who you choose to be, and it's like Superman, and he closes his eyes, and it hits him, and I'm like, I'm like, I was like tearing up the last time I saw it. I was like, oh god.
Well, it's cute. I was like, oh no! I'm not gonna lie though. Conan O'Brien should have probably gotten arrested, discharged, put in jail.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he endangered lives. So
yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
No, I'm pretty sure they caught him, right? While like he was trying to run away and didn't work, right?
Yeah, but after that, like afterwards, he would have like been questioned
and mostly arrested because it was like literally
mostly arrested. No, we mostly arrested him, but we killed him in the end. We arrested most of his body when we shot, but we burnt down the rest of him.
So like, what's left? Just one finger?
Yeah, just one finger.
One finger.
Yeah.
Just the one.
Yeah.
I can imagine that happening. Yeah.
And speaking of which, speaking of Superman, my boyfriend flat out said the best Superman movie ever is The Iron Giant.
That's
because like
he is Superman.
Because he comes from another planet and he actually wants to do good, and he sacrifices himself for that.
Yeah.
And he chooses what he wants to be, and he wants to help people, and it's like okay, and he makes the ultimate sacrifice that is earned, unlike the Zack Snyder movies, where it's just cheap.
Oh no, I watched Justice League. So.
I haven't seen Justice League. I want to.
It's fun.
I want to, but
Joss Whedon took over halfway through it.
Yeah, partway through.
No, during production, not
post production or whatever. I don't know, but yeah. So the robot, the giant is gone, blown up into pieces.
Yeah, and we're all like, "Well, it's over."
And like, yeah, so his mom and the
I hope the kids get compensated and and the mom. I mean, like a military person, like essentially, like knocked them out, brought them somewhere. Like, I would probably be like, just be like, yeah, like we'll bring you to college for free, and like we'll just pay so you guys can live forever in comfort.
Okay, listen.
Single mom,
the guy. Listen, one of our own chloroformed your kid.
Yeah, like
you lost your giant friend. We'll call it a wash.
Call it even.
Well, I'd say we're about even.
I don't know about that. I'll be honest with you. I'd be like, I probably want to get compensated. The kid won't say that, but mom be like, I'm a single mom and you put me through this. Really? And you almost killed my whole town. Not even just my son. Everybody.
Yeah, you almost like wiped our town off the map. Yeah, you almost wiped one of your own. Pretty much almost wiped off like our city off the map. We're kind of a little bit scarred about what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at the end, his mom and the artist get together.
Yeah.
And
not developed enough for sure, but I mean they had an after credit scene kind of.
After credits? No, it's after the giant died. If it was after credits, it would have happened.
Imagine the first. The way I remember, it was like in the very end. It almost feels like an after credit kind of scenario, though.
Afterthought.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in that. I didn't really care much for the romance, but it was fine for what it was.
Yeah, it was because they kind of implied it maybe in the middle of the movie, and we're all like,
yeah. I mean, they met at the beginning of the movie at the diner.
Oh yeah, they know each other. I feel like they knew each other. I felt like that wasn't necessarily the first time they met. They know each other from town.
Probably.
Small town, right?
Yeah, small town. But they did get together, and the mom actually gives her son a small box, and it's like, this is all that we can find of the robot, and it's just a screw.
Yeah, it was just a screw,
Like,
and we're all like, oh.
what a memory! Like, what a nice thing to do. And then, like, when Hogarth is sleeping, there's this green glow, blinking glow, and like it's the screw actually
Like,
tapping on the window, and then Hogarth opens it, and it's going like through. It's walking away. It's going to like one area where the Iron Giant can be reassembled again.
Yeah, I think at this point the Iron Giant is robot zombie.
It's indestructible, apparently. Like it has.
Yeah, they never imply it either.
Its entire head is still like every single thing that
part, like it shows every part being rolled.
Yeah, every part, not one
part.
is even slightly damaged. It's just a whole thing, and not one is in space. Not a single part apparently is missing.
Somehow it ended up in.
All the parts ended up on the planet Earth. Not even lost to space. Every single part ends up on planet Earth.
Yeah, I mean, it could have burned. Well, the thing is, they didn't animate it. If all the parts survived, there would be like little meteors.
I know, but
little showers.
Yeah, I know.
Alive. It'll be alive. It'll just be. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, and when the giant opens his eyes and smiles, that's the second time it got me. Like my eyes started watering when I saw that. Yeah, and that's the end of the movie.
That's good. It definitely holds up for what it is. I don't think there's any CG at that point, was there?
No, I think it was just hand drawn.
Yeah,
hand drawn.
Because there are like certain perspectives where you're like, is there like 3D somewhere implemented? Doesn't seem to be the case.
Mm.
So I was just like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, incredible. I feel like Brad Bird is very good at like coordinating, like in fight scenes. You know, you get to uses everything around said imaginary like scenario.
Yeah.
And that's what he's really good at. And like this movie is no exception. He uses everything around it in every circumstance to his advantage.
And the people do forget, like he actually directs live action things. Like he directed one of the
I think so. Yeah.
He directed one of the Mission Impossible movies.
Which one?
I think it was the fourth one.
How many is there now?
Like 6.
That's
5 or 6.
It's a horror movie. The 7th one is a horror movie. There's too many. Dun, 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 dun.
Ethan Hawke fights Jason.
Dun, dun, dun,
dun, Ethan Hawke fights Michael Myers.
Dun, 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 dun.
Ethan Hawke, it's like Michael Myers is moving as slowly as possible while Ethan Hunt is just jogging like this.
What is it, like a Naruto like Sasuke scene where it's like it's like cuts between the two of them. One's really quick, one's really slow. So when you see in the center, somehow they're still the same speed, but it looks like but like you clearly see one's faster than the other, but then you see the wide shot is actually done at the same time speed wise, and then there's an explosion, and then we don't know who wins.
Well, whatever.
We'll be great filmmakers if we decide to make any ideas that we ever make ever.
Yeah.
I'm a genius.
Sure you were.
I'm a genius.
Mm-hmm.
I will do the twices.
That's what my boyfriend does.
But that's not the point. I'll do it first.
Sure. So the Iron Giant. Full recommend.
I definitely would too. It's fun. And it's your equivalent of a mecha movie for children? For the Westerners?
Sure.
Yes. It's not Gundam, but I mean, it's for kids.
For kids!
For kids.
I mean, well, it is for kids. I mean,
it is for kids. It's cute.
Yeah, I know. There's violence, there's action, there's romance, there's a kid getting chloroform.
That's not.
For kids.
For kids.
But then again, I didn't think of it much when I watched it in the 3rd grade. So why would I think about it now?
You are. No.
As a kid, I didn't think about it.
But now you're a 20-something-year-old person.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Any final thoughts on
It's like I said, it's a good movie to show to kids, minus the chloroform part. We can forget about that. Everything's fine.
No, chloroform your kids. If you can vaccinate your kid, you can chloroform your kids.
That's not how that works.
Yes, it works.
That's not the same function.
It isn't?
No.
Then my sister should never bring her children over to her house, to our house again.
To your house, it's like, we don't own my house.
I don't own that. Come here, children. This place is filled with chloroform. So the minute you get in...
Wait, wouldn't you be knocked out too?
I built up an immunity.
I don't know if it works that way. This isn't the fucking Princess Bride.
You knew exactly what I was referencing.
When I was a kid, I was huge Princess Bride. Like, Anna loves Princess Bride. I'm like a casual fan, but I thought that was hilarious. I was just like,
I've only read the book. I've only read the book.
You haven't watched the movie?
No, I haven't watched the movie yet.
It's definitely like corny now. I mean, do I think it aged well? I think I'd have to watch again to kind of like judge that. But
Did it age better than Willow?
I don't know. I think I know what Willow is, but you'd have to give me a summary.
I don't know what Willow is. I just know that, or was it Time Bandits?
I thought that was a book.
I don't know if that was a book, but either way, those two movies I mentioned, Willow and Time Bandits, they were made at a time where it was good. If you watched it when it was released, it was really good. But
now it's just like no.
It's like, what's the big friggin' deal?
Oh, I don't know. It's people. I think it's like movies should be made for longevity, even if it doesn't work out. But I think Iron Giant did super well when it first came out. Right?
It's not.
It did not become a cult
really.
Classic then, essentially.
Yeah, apparently, I think it bombed at the box office, or it made some money, but not respectable amount of money. Because there was
it kind of like paid off its debts, essentially.
It was vindicated by history. It either barely made its money, or didn't make it as much, or in terms of audience expectations. It was a critical darling, and people who watched it really liked it.
So at least if you see it, it's good anyway.
Yeah.
Is it what's that one? At least it's not what's that one movie? It took 30 years to pay back, and I think I forgot her name.
What's it about?
It's Cleopatra. Cleopatra, yeah. It took about 30 years or something to pay back. And
the Elizabeth Taylor movie?
Yeah, I remember seeing trivia on that, and I was just like, yeah, it took a while to pay back.
Yeah, because Elizabeth Taylor didn't want to do it. She's like, okay, I'll only do it if you pay me this amount of money. And thinking there's no way that I'm not gonna actually get that kind of money. It's like, okay, we're gonna give you this amount of money, so be in our movie. And she's like, huh. She was actually, I think she was a little bit surprised that would happen. It's like, wait, you said yes to my big ass asking price? Holy shit!
Is that why it took so long for it to pay back?
Yeah, because did you see the sets? Those are some pretty unique sets they have.
They definitely did. It's definitely so the fact that you've seen the sets of Cleopatra and they're pimped out and then paid the main actress.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that movie. I think the movie bombed as well.
I think so. I remember.
Or it didn't make.
It didn't make money. No, it didn't make money at all. Like I said, it took a while for them to make the money back. Oh, just to break even, not even to. Just break even. I'm just I was looking through it. I'm just like, that sucks.
Well, you mean sucks the movie, or the fact they didn't have enough money in the box office?
Yeah, because you gotta make that investment back, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but not every movie's gonna be a box office success. You have to wait until
you gotta wait for them bad movies.
No, well, because pretty much a lot, no matter what, a critical, it could be an acclaimed flop.
That's true, yeah. It could be
an acclaimed flop, and it could be vindicated by history. Some of the greatest movies, like Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, good movie.
Good movie. Bombed, I think. Yeah, I remember.
Bombed hard. Here's the thing. It came out that movie came out the same week as The Expendables and Eat, Pray, Love. Very big movies. And here's the thing. I understand if it actually, performed worse than Eat, Pray, Love, because that's a romance movie. And
Do we want to watch romance
and
movies?
couples will go to romance movies rather than like video game movies. So I totally get why people would go see Eat, Pray, Love over Scott Pilgrim. Even though Scott Pilgrim is a better movie, I totally get like date night movies. Date night movies with Eat, Pray, Love. Julia Roberts movies, good.
Just her name would probably be enough.
Good date movie. So it's.
Was it actually a good movie though?
Probably not. It probably wasn't. But at the same time, it made money. It made a lot of money. So I totally get why if Scott Pilgrim like made less money than that movie.
Yeah.
If anything, I was like, oh, it's like okay, that's totally fine. I'm totally fine with it. But what I didn't like was that Scott Pilgrim made less money than The Expendables because that movie was shit. That movie was shit.
Is that a military movie?
No, it's an action movie starring like the action stars in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Like it had Sylvester Stallone and Jason Statham, and
maybe.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
I feel like I'll know it if I see it.
I'll show you. Like it's actually it has like it's two movies and like one movie and a sequel. I'll show you a poster. You probably Expendables.
Because I might know what it is. Oh, that movie. Yeah, isn't that like a franchise?
Yeah, it's 3 movies. Apparently, there's a 4th one. I think.
Oh boy.
That first movie, like, it's the second best movie. Mostly because the 3rd movie is shit. Because the first 2 movies are rated R, and they show it, and they show the blood, well, the CGI blood. But at least the violence is there. But the 3rd one is PG-13. And it cuts down on the violence. It's just
the violence.
It's pretty much a nuded version of the first 2. So like there's not much risk to it. But the first Expendable movie was bad, and I'm like, so people would rather watch a movie that has very little creativity and it's kind of boring to watch over a movie that has tons of creativity and is very funny. It's like
no one was ready for Scott Pilgrim.
But it was promoted like hell.
It really was. That's why I'm surprised. I knew it bombed though, but it was just like I don't get it. Why?
That's just it's an acclaimed flop, and oh my god.
It's okay. Everything will be fine. It's okay. We'll just watch Haikyuu.
Yeah,
we'll just watch Haikyuu.
Yeah, before this we were watching an anime called Haikyuu. It's about volleyball.
I knew about the series because Asma and Andrew were into it. I think it was about a year after we graduated or so, and I know the manga is super big and it's a typical like Shonen Jump work. So I was just like, okay. And I don't watch a lot of sports anime. I'm kind of like,
I don't watch sports in general.
You should watch sports anime.
I'll try.
You should watch Free.
No.
Free, Prince of Tennis.
Yeah.
I like Free. We're gonna get a movie.
Yay.
Yeah. So that one's pretty much a yaoi, more or less. Your and I's is mostly. You should probably watch that if you like the yaois.
I do, but I already got spoiled because I saw them kissing.
Yeah, it's implied, but I think the creators confirmed that, yes.
Yay.
But like it's fun. It's underdog.
I like
quits skating. Some man comes.
They have
some white man comes to save them. Like when I word it like that, it's probably not great. But like that's kind of essentially what happens. It's some white man comes to like help him be better, and the fact that like that's his hero. Victor, so it's just like...
that sounds like the story of my life the past few months.
You got saved by a white man?
Yeah.
I guess. This is what you do. Why do you make yourself into a stereotype?
Because he's cute. And he's adorable.
I drink Coke. We're not sponsored.
We're not sponsored. You drink your Coke while I show off my Metallica shirt.
Are you gonna do muscles? Or are you gonna be like this?
No, 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 I'm not. No, I did try to work out once.
Now start working out right now, right here, right now.
No,
We're gonna do some several squats. Go.
No, I don't want to work out. I'd rather just be this way. I'd rather be like thin because I did try to work out because there's like in my basement there's a workbench.
Yeah.
But I don't want to like work out. I'd rather just do yoga before I go to bed. Yeah. And because of my because of my job, I like do physical labor. Yes. So it's like exercise technically.
Okay, well you exercise and do squats. Go.
No.
All the squats. Every single one. One squat.
No.
One squat!
It's like, oh God, he's dead. Well, I'm just gonna put the body right next to the body with the rubber that was killed by a rubber knife. And
doesn't the audience need the context of why there's a rubber knife?
No context. Just have 3 bodies in the middle of the bot.
No, there's 3 bodies. God damn it.
Me, the father who was killed by a rubber knife, and the other person was killed by a rubber hammer.
Who's the rubber hammer? Was that just a random
person? Just a random person.
Just a random. Oh boy. It's fine. It's not really fine because nobody moves a body and nobody. Why isn't this story nobody gets?
Because there's no room for any more bodies because some asshole keeps murdering people with plastic things.
With rubber things, not even plastic things. Rubber things.
A rubber bone, somebody gets killed. A rubber band, somebody gets killed. A rubber hand, somebody gets killed.
Oh dear.
A rubber deer, somebody gets killed.
Rubber deer? How many bodies are in there now? We're talking about Haikyuu and then like, oh no, we're trying to explain why the one character is very like avoids like wants to just work for himself kind of thing. Like he's not a very team player.
Yeah.
It's like what traumatized him? His father got killed by a rubber knife.
No, his father got killed by a rubber knife during a volleyball game.
Yeah, we're all just like used to be a player.
Then it just escalated. Escalated. Like now it's like 3 people in the middle of the gym and nobody's moved the bodies.
Not even once. Nobody bothers to move them.
Okay, it's like welcome to the school tour. Now here's the gymnasium. Oh my God! And then I say, oh my God, there's dead bodies everywhere. So the gymnasium has been freshly painted. Whenever here's where our competitions are held. And watch out for the body next to you.
And like, it's just like, well, why is nobody getting rid of them?
Because there's not enough room in the math department.
Like I think the thing was, it's like, how did the dad guy end up in that gym? Because like the first episode of Haikyuu is like in a middle school, like a rec room, like a huge tournament kind of room. Mm-hmm. And it's like, wait, how did his dad end up in like the high school gym, of where his son finally goes to? And it's like, wait, hold on.
We were too late. We were too late to bring him to the funeral home, so we're just gonna drag him at
some random high school. Just coincidentally, his son goes there.
There, I wash my hands of this sin.
Now we have to figure out who dragged that there. The son doesn't give a shit. We're all just like, this story has gone way 0 to like 1,000. We're all like, what's going on? It's like, do you guys get what you're making stories about? No, we don't really. We were just doing it. It's fine. They don't get killed conventionally. Everyone's just there. Nobody acknowledges that it's happening.
The orgies happen nightly.
That's not. No.
Yes.
How many times have they tell you this shit? Do not do
the thing.
That thing over there. That thing.
That thing. That thing. That thing.
We're gonna get demonetized.
Oh, I don't. Here's the thing.
No, I don't have. Twerk it. Twerk it.
Okay. I'm not gonna twerk. I'm just gonna do an Ace Ventura impression. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna get sued again.
Again?
Yeah.
How many times did I tell you to stop getting sued by other people?
I lost count after 2.
One was too much. Now you got two?
It was. I sued myself.
Everything's fine!
And on that note, I'm ending the live stream. We'll make it to 50 seconds. 10, 9. Happy New Year.
It's November.
Happy November.
It's okay. Fine. Just leave until it goes.
That's 50 minutes. So, any final thoughts?
But the fact that we just make up some crazy stories in our life and Iron Giant turned into totally something else. It's great. Do it. Watch it.
Do the Iron Giant.
No, not like that. You need to not listen to him. Just watch the movie.
If Greg Universe and Steven Universe can fuck a giant woman, so can you.
But that's a giant woman, not a giant robot.
Oh, there are people out there who want to fuck giant robots.
I know, but that's not the point. It's called mecha, but that's not the point. Not the point.
The point is, I want to fuck a giant robot.
That's not your point.
That actually means I want to fuck myself. And on that note, let's just go ahead and call it quits. So, until next time, we will see.
See where?
We will see something. Yeah, don't worry. I'll have some things put up. I already shot some things. I woke up at 5 in the morning and I had to shoot something.
Just shoot something.
Yeah, I had to shoot something, and I had to shoot something in my I had to shoot something in my basement. So I'm gonna do the same thing tomorrow morning. We're gonna get up at 5 and shoot 5 more things.
More.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna have so much fun.
So much fun.
Uh-huh.
You know, it'd be funny. We should live stream in like some of the like random places. Like we were at Nancy get a live stream at a live stream at a restaurant.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, I don't think the people would actually like us doing that.
They're like, hello, and then they're like, hello, my name is
Inigo Montoya. My name is You killed my Prepare to
Prepare to
throws up. Projectile vomits everywhere.
Isn't that like the one episode of Haikyuu? It's just like the poor kid. That ends up throwing off on Tanaka, which is hilarious. And we're all just like, oh, didn't even make it to the window. I can understand that sentiment. Then you see the obviously anime. It's like the bus starts like, no, what happened? Oh, we gotta start the bus. You just see the bus dancing. Oh my god!
I believe it's called the Worm.
That was more than the worm.
That was the twerk. That was the Soul Train.
That's a bus. There's no train. Maybe there is a train.
It's the Soul Bus.
Well, I mean, if we watch Haikyuu together, I'll wait for you until we get to seasons.
How many episodes are in season 1?
I want to say like that's a full regular season. I want to say 20.
Too much.
4 for a season. So My Hero Academia is 24.
24 seasons?
No episodes per season.
Oh, alright.
I feel like, okay. Yeah, that's about right. 24,
25.
25.
Oh, God. Alright. Well.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine!
Okay, we'll watch a couple of more episodes and then I have to take off.
No, you don't have to take off for anyone.
Are you gonna take me hostage? Because, alright, well, on that note of cannibalism, I'm gonna end it right there. So, bye, and, take care.